All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is day 780 on my journey to 2000, where I play a game of chess every day, put it on YouTube for folks to watch, track my progress on chess.com. I'm currently rated 1384 after a loss yesterday in which I played the Carlsen all the way up to move 20 pretty well. I feel like I had a good sense of theory and positional play down until I just blundered a pawn with the queen checking my king and just lost a lot of momentum there that I didn't lose the game because my opponent made an error later in the game that I just completely oversaw, but I was already in a tailspin of, geez, I'm going to lose. I'm horrible and I'm never going to win another game ever. And I failed to miss the mistake my opponent did. So, lessons be learned. Even though it's frustrating when I make a blunder, I can't give up. I need to stay in the zone because the opportunity might present itself to even the score yet again. So let's see who I am playing today. Ibix. Ibix, rated 1427, out of Romania. We have the queen's pawn opening. Let's do the Albin counter gambit again to see if we can get that tricky line that I played a couple games ago. Nope, not today. Alright, now here, do I take this? I think so. Push there. Let's go ahead and pin the knight. Knights before bishop. Maybe I should get these guys out first. They're gonna come down and pin here. I'll probably come down and unpin with bishop to e7, letting this one go. If they take this one, then I've got take, and I get this one. Huh. I actually don't need to take with the bishop. I can just take with the knight. Fell for it. Again, I fell for it. There seems to be some kind of blocker, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna give up. I just said those words that I'm not gonna give up. So let's see what I can muster up here. It's not gonna be easy. Close my first door. Oh, how many times am I gonna fall for? Okay, all right. Let's. Yeah. All right. I was looking at this, but they had this, and there's just a lot of bad stuff here. So. Yeah, this is not fun, but I'm not gonna give up. How many times am I gonna fall for that? The world will never know. Oh, wow. There's a good checkmate. Boy. here if I try and save my queen. Otherwise, I'm taking. And I think that's a resignation there. I might do some puzzles. Thank you for the game. Ebix. Oof. Not a good game. Today, 49% accuracy, 3 blunders, 0 misses, 1 mistake. My opponent had 2 misses, just pretty garbage chess across the board here. Taking was the best move, and after the push, I make this blunder. Which they didn't even see it, but I've done this before. Let's see if opening tree is working today. It is. It wasn't working the other day. So flip board. I win more games against, well, let's see, it's pretty even. E4 and D4. But I think I win a higher ratio of E4 games than I do D4. So after Queen's Pawn, here, Queen's Gambit, Alban counter Gambit, Knight out, I take. I've played this game 3 times before. They've pushed on twice, and this is the second time that I've gone here. And both times they pushed the pawn instead of checking here. So both times I got lucky. Oh, they missed it twice. Oy, that makes me feel even worse. Blunder, blunder, blunder. I had 3 opportunities to see this. C-pawn, queen's on. Never once said that out loud. And I should have. So it's happened twice in the past. This one, they didn't see. Let's see, did they see the... No, they didn't see the the fork, but Ebix sure did. Ebix. And this is a pretty natural move. I mean, it's not doing anything crazy. It's pinning, it's developing and pinning. So I definitely need to make sure I'm keeping an eye out on this. The best move in this situation, oops, not from their perspective, from my perspective, is to develop the knight first. And it's funny, after I made the mistake of bishop to d4 or b4, I said, maybe I should have gone knights before bishops. But who would have thought? Who would have known I would have done that in the next move either? So let's do some puzzles. All right, white to move here. 2 and 2. 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 2 This one's got this here. Let's see. Check. Gotta go here. Check. They go here. Okay. What about taking? No. Alright, what else do I see? Checks, captures, and attacks. Let's see this check, but either rook or king takes in and there's nothing there. There's this check. Which here, I went a pawn. And then check here. And then I could come back, or where do I go? There's also, they've got checks, which are pretty dangerous with the knight here. So my hunch is that I have to check. This is true. And my hunch is that I have to keep checking, and then I can do this. Okay. I should have seen that before I moved, but I did see it once the pieces were in the position. Alright, black to move here. Obviously, queen on the back rank is good. I've got this potential, which is a mate threat, because this. So how would they defend against the mate threat? They could check me. No. They could defend here. At which point I check here. They could just go back. Also this mate threat, but that's easier to defend against. I don't know, something tells me this is right, but I couldn't explain why. I could check here, but then they block. They've got this to cover up. So here, check, block, or let's see, here, take, check, yeah, but then they've got this there too, and then take. And so I'd win a pawn. Do I get my bishop into the action first? And if notice that I do have check. Oh, that could be it. Attack the rook. Rook moves here, here, or here, or here. And regardless, if here, then I've got check. They defend here, and I win mate. If they go here, then I'm here, and I've got that mate threat with no way for them to. Yeah, I think this might be it. Yay. Okay. The idea is if I get to a point where I can calculate these puzzles and I do them a lot, then they should come a lot quicker over time. Maybe. All right, here and here, or here. This is mate. And if I move my king here or here, then they have this escape square and the queen can come up. So I'm thinking I might do bishop to g5. Yeah. And then I'm going to take the pawn. They promote, and then I've got mate here. All right, black to move. Let's see, I'm covering all these squares, except this one. So if I can throw, oh, there's also this fork. All right, so if checkmate is possible, I want to do that. But if not, then I win a rook. But I'd still be down a minor piece. All right, so check. This is forced. So maybe check. And then either of these two, I could come back, check. They go back here or over. Or let's see, check here. And then check. Covered, 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 covered. That would be made. Okay. What do I see here? I see obviously rook on the open file, check the king, but it's covered by the bishop. I see the two bishops side by side where this attack could do something. I see this knight defending this pawn, so that's good. I don't know, I think this might be the square for my rook. Then what would this piece do? Either way, I lose a pawn. But this means this, and there's a mate threat here. So if I go here and they take, they get the open, the promotion. But if this, they'd have to go here to mate. But if I bring my rook over, I'm threatening check here, and I can come down and defend. So I'm going to try this one. Yep. All right. There you go, folks. I think that's a good place to stop for today. 1377 now, after a string of bad chess continues. I'll see you next time.